I did not think this through. A little bit in the way for the moment. It's going to focus on the plant, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, it has been so incredibly long since I've given you an update on the plants that I put in the self-watering pots from PLANTSCRAPER, and I also put in the pon mix, the semi-hydro mix. So today I'm going to be giving you an update on those plants, some things that I've had to change, and I'm also got a bunch of plants in front of me that I want to put into those self-watering pots. Hello everyone, welcome to my jungle story. I'm Jacqueline, and yeah, I'm going to get straight into the updates because I know it's been so long since I've given you an update. I need to move this plant first because this was actually not one of the plants that I did with you guys, but I did do it in a alocasia care video. It's big. But anyway, this was one that I did do in that specific video with you guys. And it is a Syngonium elbow. And yeah, it's doing really, really well. As you can see, it's quite bushy. It's been giving me absolute beautiful growth. It is very dusty at the moment. That's my own fault. It is living like right by a window. But let's have a look at the root system together. So, as you can see, all the roots have like collected at the bottom. And obviously it's self-watering. So it's looking for the moisture. So that's what these roots are doing. But it's still really nice and moist in there. Roots look really good. I don't see, there's a one that's a little bit rotten, yeah? But there's like a new root there. They're doing very, very well. Honestly, I had no surprise with the Syngonium. I knew it was going to do well. As you can see here, I've always got quite a good level. It's like a pinky color, the water, because of the nutrients that's in there. I did use the root complex as well from Hesi to, like, you know, give it a little bit of extra boost with the roots. But yeah, I've got quite a couple in here. How much did I put in here? I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in here. I think I put 6 in here. But yeah, they really seem to like this pond mix. Honestly, I hardly have to look at this plant. I just always look at this, and if I see that I don't see a water level or anything, I just put some water over there. I actually don't even use this thing here. I do use this thing with this alocasia here, which I'll talk about in a minute. But with the smaller ones, I just put it over the top, and it's a Syngonium, so I know that they're not picky. So yeah, that's what I do with this one, but it seems to be very, very happy. Very happy. It's given me some really beautiful variegated leaves lately. Excuse the dust, guys. Yeah, it's right next to a window. So honestly, I shower this plant down quite frequently, but because it's next to a window, you know, it does get dusty quite quickly. But overall, very, very happy, very low maintenance, and it's loving life. Loving life. So yeah, there's actually another Syngonium that I want to put into this same situation because I'm convinced now it's going to be happy. It's going to be happy. So I'm going to put that one here, and then I'm going to talk about this big one. You would have also seen this in an alocasia keto video. Now, I didn't do this in that specific video that I'm giving an update on now, but I want to show you guys because, I mean, you guys would have seen. So this is my alocasia Imperial Red, and I just want to check here because I can see some funny markings. It is pest damage, but I think that's old damage because there's nothing on the new leaves. No, okay, that's old damage then. I do have a little box thing in here. It's still quite wobbly, which is quite surprising. And I'm going to show you why it's surprising because oh my word. Oh my word. It still gives me goosebumps. It still gives me goosebumps. It's just absolutely amazing. I mean, look at all the roots in the pot. And all of this down here. I mean, if I ever have to repot this, which I probably will at some point, I'm going to have an issue. But it's still, I mean, it's not, then again, it's not super wobbly anymore. But I can still move it. Anyway, it's doing its own thing. It's living on top of my newest IKEA cabinet, and it's getting light mainly from a SANSI grow light, and it seems to really like that. It's given me 2 new leaves since I rescued it. Yeah, I've got this one here, which is a little bit on the smaller side, but then this one is still quite soft. This one here, quite big indeed. So this one's very happy. I'm actually going to go and put this one back straight away. But I mean, that root system is just proof that it's happy. And honestly, this one is the one that I do water here, because notice that the water level was going down very, very quickly, and I was having to top it up a lot more frequently, like more than just once a week. So I actually fill up the water reservoir a lot more frequently, because as you can see, there's a lot of roots there, so they do require a lot of water. And I don't want the pond to be, I don't want to be pouring water over the top continuously, you know, like every 3 days, which is, you know, it's just going to cause issues. So I think that's definitely been the savior here, and something different that I've been doing. But I just found it so incredibly useful. And as you can see, the water level is not that high anymore, and I did that like 2 days ago, and it was quite, I fill it up quite high. So I don't fill it up so I can't like see it anymore, but I do fill it up more than halfway. So yeah, I'm going to put this back on the cabinet, but it's very happy, very happy. All right, this is something that I had to change up. So as you can see, it's not in the self-watering pot anymore. This is a perfect example of not every single plant is going to like it. And this is definitely one that I wouldn't say didn't like it, but it wasn't best suited for this plant. So I started noticing it was giving me lots of new roots. It was doing great. I'm sure I've got pictures. I'll put them on screen. And yeah, it was giving me new roots, but the issue was definitely me. I was struggling with the water balance. I was struggling with trying to find what's best for this plant, and I either wasn't giving it enough water or too much water. I just couldn't figure it out. And all of the new roots, it was doing the cycling thing again that it was doing before. The new roots, they were just dying off, turning to mush. So I decided to repot it. It didn't have a lot of roots. The roots rotted again. As you can see, it's a lot bigger than what it was. It's grown a lot. There is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 5 pups in here. So yeah, it's not just the mother plant. But I actually repotted it into the aroid mix from PLANTSCRAPER. And this is the result. It's honestly, I'm not even kidding, about 3 days after I repotted this plant. I can see some corms as well. Yeah, about 3 days after I repotted this plant, I started seeing roots in the pot already. Oh, there you go, you can see it a lot better like that. Yeah, it's very, very gloomy today. That's why I wanted to film in here, because the lighting is best. But yeah, that's the situation with that one. So the self-watering pot did not work with this one. That's not to say that it won't work with this one. Like if you have this one and you want to give it a try, because the issue was definitely me. And this, I just couldn't figure it out with this plant. But it does like the aroid mix from PLANTSCRAPER, so there is that. But yeah, it seems to be very happy. It's growing like absolute crazy. I mean, it's getting quite big. And yeah, it's doing great. So that's the one thing I had to change up with this one. Okay, now what was also part of that last video was that I pretty much restarted my entire Syngonium collection. I took everything out of the soil that they were in, and I did the Syngonium elbow with you guys. I also took cuttings off that one, but the cuttings didn't make it. I had really bad algae in all of the water propagations that I was doing, and if you let it get too bad, it can cause rotting, and I did that with a couple of Syngonium. I lost my Syngonium red arrow, the elbow cuttings, but I have a mother plant anyway, so I wasn't too sad about that. But yeah, my red arrow, that was a beautiful Syngonium. I lost my Syngonium pink splash. That one it didn't have an amazing root system, and it was very, very finicky and like temperamental. So I honestly didn't think that one was going to make it, because it didn't do much in stratum. And then the Syngonium Mojito, that one was doing well, but it reverted. So I chopped it up and all of the new growth that it gave me was green. So I decided to get rid of those because that's not why I wanted it. But one that did do very, very well, which is actually my favorite Syngonium, so I'm very happy about that, but that's this one. And this is the white butterfly, and it's doing so, so well. It loves the Spiderforma plant stand. It's even more like white. Like, it's so, so pretty. It's rooted very well, but as you can see, a lot of algae there. And this was something that I have to change the water out very frequently because obviously it's very, very high light in there. And yeah, that just means that the algae is going to get worse and worse and worse. So I was struggling to keep on top of that. And that's how I lost the other Syngonium. But honestly, I'm not that mad about it because, I mean, I have a lot of plants and I'm finding myself being a little bit more picky with my collection lately, like picky with what I bring in, picky with what I rescue as well, because there are actually a couple of rescues here that I want to put into the self-watering system. But this is all that I have left of the semi-hydro mix from Plantscraper. I recently did a huge repot of my Alocasia Regal Shield and I put that in. I mean, it was a big pot. It was a big pot. It was 28 centimeters. I actually wanted to put it in one of the self-watering pots, but the biggest one, it still wasn't big enough for the Regal Shield. It was too big. So it's in a self-watering pot from Alho, but I used the semi-hydro mix from Plantscraper just because I love it so much. So this is all I've got left. So yeah, in the future, we'll have to get some more, but I'll definitely be able to do one plant with this because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And they are actually all Alocasia. So I want to do that Syngonium, but I have this Alocasia Suhirmaniana that I want to do. It's been living in stratum for quite a while. It's rooted quite nicely. I have a Alocasia Black Velvet. This is a rescue. And it's rooted in the stratum. I just want to get it out of this big container. And then I also, this is completely dried out, but I also have a Yucatan Princess baby. So I want to experiment. I want to see how I have the other one in the Aroid mix from Plantscraper. I want to see how this one does. Actually, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one with this pond. Then I can see how is it doing in the Aroid mix from Plantscraper and how is it doing in the semi-hydro mix from Plantscraper. So I guess we'll do this one first. And lastly, I also have this is a new leaf. How stunning is that? This is my rescue platinum. I'm so proud of this. I'm so proud of this. I was actually able to rescue it. Yeah, it's rooted very, very nicely in stratum. As you can see, the stratum's also a little bit on the drier side. But I have a platinum in also like not the Aroid mix from Plantscraper, but in like a chunky soil mix from Nariza. And I'm going to keep that in there. I'm not going to touch that because it's happy, so I'm just going to leave it be. But this one does need to come out of stratum because if I wait it any longer, I'm not going to be able to get out of this jar. So yeah, I want to put this in, you know, it's an experiment. It's one that I rescued. I already have a beautiful one, so I'm okay to do that. The only one I don't have a double of is the Suhirmania. So, but it does, I have let it root in here for quite a while. So I think it's going to be okay. But first up, we're going to do, now it is giving me a new leaf, which is not ideal, but the Yucatan Princess is one of my easiest Alocasia. So I know it will be absolutely fine. But yeah, I do need to do something with this because this dries out. Honestly, I have to fill this up with water like every 2 days. It's insane. So, but I think this one will also like semi-hydro. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try that with this. So let's, oh, you're very dusty. That's the only thing with like, it's, you know, the heating's been on a couple of times now. And I've noticed it gets so dusty inside. So dusty. That's the only thing I don't like. But, and I think it's got spider mites as well. You see, little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to give it a wash. I'll rinse the whole thing through anyway, because this has been sitting here for a while as well, so it's probably going to be dusty, so I'm going to rinse it through anyway. So I'm going to bring you down, show you. Okay, so I just took one of the old leaves off. It's a cute little baby, isn't it? It's so cute. Does have a good root system. Oh, there is a root here that didn't make it. I can see that's also fresh stratum that I used. So I'm going to try and get off as much of the stratum as possible. I'm not going to rinse this, honestly. The roots are, oh, it's making, look at that. It's making a little baby comb. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I think this one's going to be absolute fun. So what pot are we going to put this in? I think the like absolute smallest version is going to be too small. So I think I'll go for the one size up. I need to clean this out. Lexi, it's okay. Chill. It's just a bit of dust from here. Jeez. Oh my word, wait, is there someone at the door? I'll leave the door open. Lexi, it's okay. Chill. So yeah, I think this is the, I think this one, I think that's a 6 centimeter one. So this one must be the 10 centimeter one. But yeah, I'm going to go with that one. I think, just want to start with that. I think that if I go any bigger, I'm not going to have enough anyway. So, I'm just going to put it in here already. Hello, my boy. Kind of spread the roots around a little bit and then fill it up. Yeah. Or did you get a snoepje? Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, not the whole bag though, hey? Oh, there's some dead roots in here from a previous plant. There we go. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? So, you can see it's really nice and stable there already, but yeah, I did already have like quite a good root system. So I'll bring this inside and I'll clean it off, rinse it through, and then whatever drips out, I will leave in here, but I also need to clean that out. But yeah, that's that one done. I have pretty high hopes for this one. I think it's going to be fun. And I have some more left over, so we can do another one. Let's do the Suhirmania, this one. I don't want to pull too much. Oh. Any dead roots? No, we're good. Okay, I will just rinse. I think I'm just going to go and get a cup with a little bit of water. Because, yeah, I watered this recently. Oh, there are some dead roots here. I think I might put this in the smaller one. Because it does have a nice root system, but it's not major. I'm just going to get a cup so I can rinse this out. Okay. Oh, Jacqueline. So, this plant is also dusty. It's not as bad, but okay, nothing else came off. It was just that one. But it looks good. It looks good. So, I think I'll go with this. Oh, should I go with the smallest one or should I go with the bigger one? I don't know. It's quite like a big jump. You know what I mean? I feel like that's going to be too small. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with this one. I just have to find the wick.
A few moments later.
Oh my word, Jacqueline, what am I doing? You can tell I had a good night's sleep, don't you? Okay, there we go. I think I need the, no, that would be fine. I was just going to say, I think I need the other wick because they come in like different lengths, but I know it will be fine. It will be fine. Oh, I actually didn't add any Osmocote, but I add my own fertilizer anyway. So I hold up the wick a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of Osmocote to this one. Add it on top of the Yucatan Princess as well. I'll give it a shake and they'll fall in. There we go. And then like that. Now there are a lot of like roots at the top that can reshoot. I need a tiny bit of pon. I have a pon thanks to me. Oh, and it's honestly just a mixture of, oh dear. I think it's actually also a mixture of the Plantscraper one. I needed to do a bunch of rinsing. There's still some dead roots in here. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Pon is pon. It's just these are a little bit finer. To top it up a little bit. There we go. Now it's stable in there. I just wanted to add like a little bit of a layer to make sure. Can see some of the roots, but yeah, it's just like a tiny layer at the top that I did of the regular, you know, like the pon I already had. But it's very stable in there. Also, it's giving me a new leaf, which is not ideal to be doing this, but the Yucatan Princess and this one, they pop out leaves like crazy. So that's those two done. I'm also going to keep these in my alocasia cabinet, but I do want to like, I'll rinse them through and I'll show you where I keep them in my cabinet. Might as well stick to the stratum route. Oh, there is a dead root here. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. I don't think this one has an amazing root system. Okay, never mind. It's already making corms. There are some dead roots. Oh, yeah. There's a little tiny baby corm. Look at that. It is very, very small. I don't think it's going to do anything. There are some rotten roots here, but they actually look like they were the soil roots. So that's perfectly normal. I see a lot of new root growth here as well. So I'm going to, going to rinse this. It's all nice and clean. There's actually two plants in here. It's made an offshoot. Yeah, that's definitely the soil roots. I can feel it. They just feel different to the water roots. I could actually also separate this, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess too much more with it. So that's what I'm working with. I have grown a black velvet in pon before and it did absolutely amazingly, and then it went downhill. And that's been a very like reoccurring thing with my alocasia, is they first do well in pon, but in the long term, they don't. It's very weird. But anyway, I have another one that's doing very well anyway, so I'm not going to do anything with that corm because it's very small and I have enough. I have like a whole tray full. This one doesn't have an amazing root system, so I'm going to put it in the small one. Also because I do not have another one. Do I have another one? No. I've already used them all up. This one's got a tiny hole only in the middle. Maybe you just have to do this. It's only got one big hole. So I've done that. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Honestly, I don't know if that's right. That's so tiny. Maybe I should separate. Oh, I'm sure it will be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. Okay. So yeah, now I am just using a mixture of Old Pond. I've got, oh my word, how many brands do I have in here? Cibotanica, Soil Ninja, PLANTSCRAPER as well. These were just from Old Plants. I think it's only a tiny bit of PLANTSCRAPER though, because I've not had that long. So this is probably going to outgrow this in no time. Oh, that just came off very easily. Okay, I didn't intentionally do that. I literally picked it up and it just came off by itself. So I suppose I have another one. Maybe I should grow that one in here and this one in another pot. Okay, no. That little baby one I'll just pot up and I'll use that to trade or whatever. This is just a rescue. My actual like plant that I consider mine is the one that Noriza gave me because my one also died. And the one that Noriza gave me is doing really well. Oh, some dead roots in here. Oh, it's so tiny and it's so cute. It's very stable. That is so stinking cute. That is so stinking cute. Okay, it's tiny. This little pot is tiny. I can also see roots, but hey ho, it's an experiment. It's been living in stratum for a while, so I want to get it out of there. I think it was like 2 years ago now that the last time I grew a black velvet in pond. And that was a very different system. That was literally just a outer pot and I had it in, I think it was Lechuza pond then. And I just kept on pouring water over the top of it. Maybe that was its downfall. I don't know. But yeah, there's that one. That's so cute in that pot. Okay, I have a little baby one, which I'll bring this upstairs and just pot this up in my like propagation mix and pot with this one. And then last up over to the alocasia. This one's definitely going to be able to go in the bigger pot. Is this one. Oh, that new leaf is so stunning. See, it's not. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to do some serious shushing to get this out of here because it's so rooted. Okay, let's try and get some stratum out first. Okay, I got it. Oh, I can see that's also fresh, new stratum. If you watched my I did a video on how to propagate alocasia and I spoke about fresh pon. You can actually see the difference. This is a lot more black, whereas the old is just like more dull. You can almost like see that the nutrients have been sucked out of there. Okay, I do have a couple in here though. They've all rooted really nicely. Let's just take this gunk off. Okay, that is one, technically. I could actually just pot this up. And then we have the mother plant with the offshoot. Okay, there's a little bit more stratum. Just going to try and get out as much as possible. But the stratum was quite dry. That's why the roots look quite clean. Because if it was more wet, then it would have been, I would have had to clean the roots because they would have been black. There's an auxiliary bud here as well that's activated. Oh, yeah, this is actually going to die off. I'm going to try and take it off. Oh, okay, that came off very easily. Right, so that was part of the like mother plant, the first sheath part, I guess. It made a new sheath, which is what I'm picking off now because it's starting to go I'm just doing that to encourage the auxiliary buds. And also because that it can turn gunky and gross. So yeah, I've taken that off. It looks a lot better, but you can see here is the main mother plant corm. You can see that this here is actually technically an offshoot of this corm. So it was definitely trying its best to survive, that's for sure. And if you do that, you deserve a second chance, you know? Well, everyone deserves a second chance. Oh, jeez. So yeah, technically this is also 2 plants, but this is still quite attached to here. So I'm just going to leave it like that. But yeah, root system looks really, really good, really healthy. Even this one looks really good as well. But I think I'll pot this one up separately, and again, pot with that one. I need to learn to let go because I have too many plants. I got too many plants. Right, so this one I am going to pot up. Cannot believe the amazing root growth. They're very, very fine roots though. And that's what makes me nervous with pon, because I struggle with that. I want to put it in here, like this size pot. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Again, I'm keeping these in a cabinet environment now, and I keep up humidity in there. I think it will be fine. Like that. Oh wait, no, is this small? Okay, no. I've got the tiny string. That's not right. It's the only thing I don't like about the wick is it can get gross. But I do have to say it's very satisfying to clean. That's also another thing. Yeah, that's better. So, you see what I'm doing? Yeah. I'm really going to try and keep it to like the fine pon. I think this is going to be okay. It's just because they've got finer roots, and I find that, oh, typical, my battery's going to die now. 1 second, guys. Okay. Add a bit of Osmocote. Lexi, it's okay. You moaned to go outside. Why are you moaning again now? Oh, I do have to say working with pon is very satisfying. I do miss that. Happy to be trying again with these pots. Okay, yeah, see, you can see like the finer mix, it just like snuggles the roots a little bit better, if that makes sense, but also still gives them enough aeration, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So, I will rinse all of these through and then put them in my cabinet, but yeah, I'll show you guys that. That I need to pot up, and then last up, the Syngonium white butterfly cuttings. Oh, that water is gross. They've rooted very nice, but I also had a moment where I did also lose a lot of roots because of the algae. I'm just seeing if there's any gunky bits that I need to take off. I'm just going to rinse them in here. Can actually feel the slime. It's gross. It's a gross. It's basically all the roots that look brown that I need to get off. Lexi, it's okay. Lexi! Jeez. The whole road does not need to know when we have a delivery. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. I do have some leaves here. And I do also want to take off. Here we go. Oh, it's such a pretty Syngonium. It's so white. Okay, so I think this one. Oh, oh my word! I'm using up all my self-watering pots. I know that looks like overkill. This is the same size as the Syngonium elbow that I showed you. But there's a lot of cuttings in here, and Syngonium root very, very quickly. So I know we'll be fine. I might need to clean that out a little bit. Just use... Oh yeah, what plant did I have in here? Oh, this is where I had the... yes, that's right, because I put the sticker on it. I had the Gagayan Aurea in here. It's still a bit yucky. I'll rinse it out, it'll be fine. Yeah, the Syngonium I'm not really worried about, if I'm being honest. I think it's just going to be happy to not to be constantly blasted with light anymore. And the roots were kind of going through like a cycle of dying off, then making new ones, dying off, then making new ones. Just because of all of the algae. There we go. I'm not going to even attempt to separate any of these, honestly. Oh, just picked up a thing that I broke off. I know this will be fine. I know this will be absolutely fine. Okay, spread them out a little bit so I got a little bit more of a full plant. I'm going to fill up quite high because there's a lot of roots at the top. And the higher it is, the more likely they will funnel. Give it a shake. Funnel their way, like, you know, in the middle. I actually, I think I only have 3 Syngonium left now. I put my Syngonium Frosted Heart, I actually put that one into Leca, like just pure Leca, to experiment. So far, it's doing well. It's so low maintenance working with like a semi-hydro system with a self-watering pot, and it's so much easier. It's very low maintenance. And it makes like someone like me who has a lot of plants, it makes it a lot, you know, easier. Okay. So that's the Syngonium. It'll work itself out, you know. Kind of let it fan out a little bit. I think I'll put this one next to the elbow because I do miss this one. It's living in my Spiderforma plant stand upstairs and I do miss it. Whenever I go up there, it always catches my eye. I love it. So, do I see any roots? No, I don't think I will. Oh, I do see that. You can see there. But yeah, looking good, looking good. I think it's going to be fun. Nice, easy way of keeping Syngonium. All of my Syngonium now are in like, you know, self-watering system things. I'm just going to stick these alocasia in water so that they don't dry out. That is everything that I wanted to do. So yeah, you guys got an update on those plants and how they're doing. As you can see, not everything goes, you know, goes to the positive route, but I do believe in just, you know, there's just some plants that are just not meant to be fruit, and it also really just depends on the person. Because I recently went to my Botanica in Hum and I spoke to a lot of people they had a lot of alocasia there. I spoke to a lot of people who had alocasia and that they grow them mainly in pon, and I think I'm honestly just overthinking it. That's what happened, and that's why I went off pon, is you do just overthink it. You honestly just need to kind of have the mindset of you need to just look at them once a week and that's it. Obviously still check in on them, but I think I was being a little bit too, you know, like a little bit too focused. But yeah, I'm going to bring these all to the sink and then I'll show you where I'm going to be keeping them. So that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed, learned something. I definitely highly recommend these self-watering pots. I do really, really like them. As you can see, I have 2 more sizes, but they are quite big sizes. But I've got a feeling like some alocasia that I have, like I've seen 2 alocasias now that love the semi-hydro mix from Plantscraper and love just the self-watering system in general, whether it's from them or not. I think that I will be doing that with more alocasia in the future. I think maybe I've got a feeling that I might be doing that with the Yucatan Princess. I've got a feeling. If I see how quickly that one grows and how resilient it is, I think that one might be one that will get really nice and big, and I can also put it in a big pot like the Imperial Red. I've got a feeling that that might be in the works for that one. So yeah. But of course I will do updates in the future as well. But I really, really like these pots, really like them. I'll definitely be getting more in the future, 100%. And I do recommend them because they are very, very low maintenance. And like I said, for someone like me who's got a lot of houseplants, it just makes it that much more enjoyable. So yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with them. So if you want to use my discount code from Plantscraper, I'll put it on screen. It's just my jungle story and you get 10% off your order. Really good deal. Really nice stuff on their website, so definitely check them out. They've got so much, not just self-watering pots, guys. They've got so much. So just have a look at their website. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, come along with me. I do a lot of these update videos on previous videos where I've brought you along and, you know, just shared my journey, shared my experience, what I've done. I share it all. So come along with me and subscribe. Click the notification bell if you want to get notified every single time I post a video, which is twice a week. If you watch this video all the way to the end, leave little either water droplet emojis or a rock emoji. Leave one of those 2 emojis or both of them, whatever you want to do. It lets me know you watched all the way to the end, and I really, really appreciate it if you did. It really supports my channel and it just feels like a little virtual hug from you guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.